Good morning, Dave. How are you? I am out here a little bit early for my first walk, but I figured I'd do a live stream really quick since I have been neglecting the live streams on Philadelphia Walks PTSD. And I was trying to decide if I would do mini golf today. At some point, I actually have a bigger schedule right now because a lot of people come in at the holidays and kind of need things last minute and this, that, and the other. So I'll be super busy from now through the 29th of December. But I have a gap before things start up this afternoon. So I'm trying to decide if I'll do mini golf today in between. It's a little too cold to go at night. It's 29 degrees this morning, although it's supposed to go up to 40 something later. So good morning, Comcast Center and pretzel. 2 pretzels and a bottle of water and free yellow mustard. Very good. So I'm surprised you're not trying these holiday sauces, mustards, dips, or what have you. So good. The cranberry one, I was really surprised. And I heard there's supposed to be a champagne one. I don't know if it came out yet or not, but on the website it was saying it was coming out, which leads me to another discussion. Starbucks, there was an article that came out, I guess, like 5 days ago or so, and it's supposed to be, or they have like special drinks that are out there. One of them, which seems to be across the board, like all Starbucks would carry it, would be the Merriment white mocha with chocolate cold foam with mint in it or something like that. That came out on the news, and I was totally gonna try it. I have a gift card from Starbucks, and I'm doing the Thursdays and everything where you get half off for the rest of the year on Thursdays. So I've used up 2 already, and I think there's 2 more. So tomorrow and the next Thursday, I think, is still fits in to the rest of the year. But so far, I have not been able to figure out if there's a Starbucks in Philadelphia that's carrying Merriment. I tried once at the Rittenhouse, and I kind of took a glance at menus online and stopped in over here at the 16th one, and no sign of the Merriment. So I don't know if Philadelphia is not carrying it. There's also other specialty drinks like floats, no brew mall. I remember you saying that today. So then I was like, that's a perfect day to do the Chili Willy mini golf. So instead of going to Brew Mall, you can watch, if you wanted to, the mini golf live stream. That'll replace that. I love, they always have a pack of Border Collies and Aussie Australian Shepherd and stuff like that. I've used the first one, but now with the new 2, I haven't yet. It's a thing where it comes down to time, my schedule, and also I really do have to watch like what I take in every day. So it becomes a thing of, should I use it today? And then that means I'll have to drink, I probably drink more water and everything. I'll go this way. Aww. So that's the plan for today, but incredibly booked, more so from this afternoon through the 29th. I'll be all over the place with extra walks and visits. So I'll still do things in between. The live stream, I'm just sort of keeping alive a little bit on Philadelphia Walks. But Serpico Dreams, please like, share, and subscribe also. I am loving the GoPro 4K. So, it seems to be doing okay, and we'll see what happens with the walking videos, which are just silent walking ASMR. If we're lucky, we get some snow this year and I can do some snow videos. There's a guy out there, 4K nature walks, 4K nature and city walks is his handle. And he has one from Seattle that is so, oh my gosh, a walking video. It's so beautiful. And if you're someone who likes to have something just running while you do other things in your home, apartment, what have you, it's kind of nice just to have it going. My dream is like to wind up in a house and actually have like a Roku and just have the YouTube running with these scenes on the TV. One of my clients from the past used to just put the music channel on. Like you go up there and you put on like classical or jazz or holiday music or nature's like calming music. And they would just let it run all day for their dog Spencer. Chadwick Street, yes. Delancey, yes. Is there any way you can go live on Serpico Dreams? Technically, I believe if you have 50 subscribers, then you are shifted into the ability to go live. My issue is I almost want to keep Serpico Dreams as the quiet channel, although if I were to ever get a dog and be like in a better position, because that would be my companion basically, then I would turn it into, I would maybe keep the walking videos, but also maybe do some dog video, like walking the dog, my own dog. I was only able to live stream or do videos of some of the dogs that I've walked for other people. Not everyone wants their dog on a YouTube channel. They don't want the Starbucks or whatever. Anyway, if I ever could get my own dog, then I would maybe do something on YouTube, sort of like Sherpa's Day or Sherpa from the UK. And he sort of does a diary each day, kind of showing like what's going on. Go the other way. So to show what's going on in his world, this was a guy who like lived in it. He had like a van life for a while. Then he lived like in what they call a caravan, but we would call it kind of like a trailer. Although every January, they have a different system in the UK. And in Januaries, he could not be in the trailer. So I don't know if it was really someone else's, I don't know how that worked, but every January he sort of had to take to the van and sort of hang out in the van or do Airbnbs and stuff like that. So he was he would say homeless in the sense of he really didn't have his own home. So he did van life and then this caravan thing. And then, flash forward 8 years later, and he was finally able to get into a home. So anyway, your GoPro has a great picture. I wish you could go live with a GoPro. I know, there is a way to this is my issue. You hook it up to your phone, I think. There's like a quick app, that's it. I'm wary about trying it just because I want to keep, in a way, I have more control by being able to edit or do certain things with the videos on Serpico Dreams. On here, going live is really a hard task, even though I was willing to try it to see what would, just kind of see what would come of it. When you go live, of course, in my case, there's only a few people who've come in over the, it's not like it boomed or blossomed up to like New York where they have thousands of people streaming all day long. Or streaming and then all these people come in. There's like a morning commuter in New York, and every morning he commutes from Brooklyn, and he's been doing this for years, and he has like hundreds to thousands of people will come in and and chat, and the chat just goes crazy. Like it just goes up the side there. Of course, in my case, I have no idea how you get to that level. I don't know if it would be easier with more because the chats go up so quickly. There is something to be said for, I'm just going to put it out there, The reality is, in our world, and this is around the world, I believe, if you are born into a higher echelon, or some people actually say higher intel, or if you're used in a certain capacity, then you will attract or bring in more followers. If you're a regular Joe Schmo or whatever, a little thing out here in the world who has had a hard time getting a leg up, and a leg up would be, there are people out here with a lot of privilege and money. And things come a little bit easier, like they don't even know, they have no idea, it just worked, you know what I mean? So, and although there is effort put in, there is a difference. When I arrived here in Philadelphia, I wound up with a crash course in oppressive systems, power dynamics. And of course, Philly has a very deep narrative, but a racial narrative here. There's always been a separation on some level, even though it's a liberal city, but the education is ongoing. There's protests all the time. There's this, that, and the other. Other cities don't necessarily have that. New York does to an extent, but I will say this, you learn at a grassroots level oppressive systems, and you kind of understand there's an infrastructure, this, that, and the other. But if other things start to happen and you realize, whoa, if people knew the half of how the world operates. Of course, everybody has, and I only know a certain extent, and everybody has their own idea of how they believe, what they believe. Some people believe certain things. They may not be right. They might be okay in their region, but they go to another region and it doesn't operate that way. So anyway, with my little lecture there, but someone like me, based on where I come from, I'm also female, just based on a whole past, odds are I'm not going to, at least on the live stream, this hasn't happened, I'm not going to attract thousands of viewers within a year, or 2 years. Like, I have no idea how it works. But if you're kind of higher up in the world, also having a bunch of peeps, knowing a lot of people, that helps a lot. So some people come from very large families, and this could be for anyone, from any group. And, some people just come from a very supportive world where they know a million people. They're from certain neighborhoods, and people would just do it. They would subscribe and show up. And of course, New York, I'm going to put a shout out to New York. I will say thank you, New York, because I actually feel like there's a huge supportive system from New York, who's been checking in or viewing and this, that, and the other based on the demographics. I was like, I can't believe New York showed up. New York is like that, though. Having been there for school and everything else, I cannot believe the sheer amount of people in New York City. And you start to get philosophical, even if you look at these buildings, this is little tiny Philadelphia here. Even New York technically isn't that large land-wise, but people are all placed in there. Cajillions of people milling around, or in different places, all the 5 boroughs, whether you're on the island or Queens or Brooklyn, Williamsburg, and so forth and so on. It's just unbelievable. Someone wants me to say Yonkers, but I always get mixed up with Yonkers. So I don't feel like Yonkers is part of the borough system, but I'll look it up. A lot has to do with content. Being in Philadelphia, there's a lot of rich history, right? Right, but not a lot of YouTube support per se. But I do think also Philadelphia is not even though it's a big, large, awesome city, it's not hey, where do you want to take a trip? Philadelphia usually isn't ranked among the top 3 or 5. This city is based in history. It has the Constitution. It has a certain thing going for it. And you have to very specifically really want to visit Philadelphia for that reason. But in general, most people are like, oh, New York, the Big Apple, and people from around the world probably are amazed, at it's, quite a show there in Manhattan and New York City's central there. And it's huge and it's big. Even Seattle has like a lot of pull just because it's weird and interesting. But Philadelphia, and maybe it has to do with the words and the lettering also. Like, no one thinks like Philadelphia. So of course we have a lot of, blue collar class represented here. It's a hardworking town per se. We have Allentown, not too far north. And of course, there's the old song, "We've been living here in Allentown," and it's kind of a slight bummer of a song. Like, people want to get out of Allentown, if you know what I mean. So, and they want to be able to, Yonkers is its own city. Okay. I have to picture it. It's like in the vicinity. Yonkers is one of those things where it's like, I know what someone sounds like if they come from Yonkers. So anyway, that's about it for this morning. I may be back on for Chilly Willy Golf later. It becomes a timing issue because I have a whole bunch of walks starting up this afternoon. Like, my schedule will be like pretty massive from now until the 29th of December. So I kind of count on these time periods to inch by. So anyway, but maybe I'll be back on later. And of course, check out Serpico Dreams. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get that thing up to 1,000 subscribers based on ASMR walking videos. It's more, I guess, more touristy in nature in the sense that sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't. But there's a really good Chinatown one, which is supposed to be in the feature section. If you're even if you're not a subscriber, if you go to Serpico Dreams, the Chinatown should show up as a feature video. I do understand that it doesn't always pop up correctly. So I don't know how things all intertwine or crawl around the universe on the web, but it's supposed to come up. But I did put it in a playlist of Chinatown playlist and also most popular videos playlist. So fun to watch, especially just to put on while you bake cookies or while even on your phone, everybody's shopping. You're like, you know what, I'll just sit here and watch this in the food court while so-and-so has to run around all the stores. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, and much love to you, Dave, Joe, and for whomever else might have come in. I will head on down here. I have another string of overnights in January at another home here. So I will see you later. I did see, for some reason, this is coming up. I see an airplane up there. It almost looks like a private charter jet. But something about a helicopter or a chopper going down at Channel 6 ABC News, which is interesting. But anyway, and it's right before Christmas, so hearts out to them. Channel 6 ABC News lost like a photographer and a pilot in New Jersey. So anyway, I will see you later, and thank you so much for your loyalty. Thank you.